was caught in the crossfire. Was caught in the crossfire.
Hey guys, Joe Dazel here with the Tile Setters Corner. Just want to go over a few things. You know, this is the reason why I'm doing this and giving tips and helping people along the way here is I just got like over 30 years as a red seal tile setter. I just get frustrated in hearing what actually other tile setters are using and doing for like with applications on installing tile. You know, I'm not knocking them in any way. I'm knocking the people that teach them because they lack the experience, or they think they know what they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing. And I mean by like using certain types of mortars. And this is what I really want to get into is exterior applications, because it's totally different methods on using exterior mortars than interior mortars. And you know, and I've talked, and I just can't believe the answers that I hear from other tile setters, period. And these are people that are actually working for stores and everybody else. And you know, a lot of times even the salespeople at stores don't know. It's up to the installers to do the job correctly. And what's going on is, you know, I hear like, like especially in Canada where you have freezing temperatures, where below zero, like you got to be so careful on what you use for exterior applications. And I'm going to tell you why is because if this is where a lot of projects and tile projects fail for exterior, because especially if you're living in the winters where the temperatures go below zero, is what happens is the mortars that you use, and this is where I hear a lot of people say, when like tile setters say, oh, you could use any mortar. No, you can't, because what happens is even if you use a modified or an unmodified thin set, when that mortar actually dries, it still could absorb water. Now think clearly on this one. When a mortar can absorb water, and then when it freezes, what happens to water when it freezes? It expands. And this is why we get cracking and tile popping and a lot of failures, is because the mortars we're using the improper mortar. Where I recommend more is if you go with the Carabon Care-Elastic system from Mapei. If you use the Care-Elastic with your unmodified thin set, your Carabon is the thin set, your Care-Elastic is the liquid additive. And what happens is now when you use these two products together, once it dries, it does not allow the cement or the mortar to absorb water. So that's the big difference now. So if water gets trapped or anything, water cannot be absorbed into the mortar. That's a big difference there. And then with waterproofing applications, you know, I hear these people saying, oh, I use Aqua Defense, or I use HPG or RegGuard or Ditra. And like, you know, Ditra's, I believe, you know, it says you can use exterior, but I believe it's anything under minus 10 degrees. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong on this one, but I believe it's around 10 degrees, minus 10 degrees. So you're still going to get in freezing temperatures. So especially in Canada, when it can, you know, it can go down to minus 40 in certain areas. I wouldn't recommend using Ditra, and I wouldn't recommend using a liquid application waterproofing for exterior uses. What I would recommend is using a cement-based waterproofing crack isolation product, which would be Maplastic 315. You can use Ardex 8+9. I believe they have Ardex 78 or 77. Or even both. I believe you could use them both. I forget what the difference is there. I haven't really used that, but product, I love the Ardex product, don't get me wrong. I use it most of the time for my interior uses with Ardex 5. But anyway, so I just want to really pin down or talk and stress. I can't stress enough how important it is to use the right proper waterproofing, crack isolation membranes, and the mortars for exterior use, especially when you live in Canada or wherever you live. If there's temperatures that can drop below freezing, really consider on what you're using for application on exterior products. So I'll be giving a lot of tips and learning videos on the Tile Setters Corner. So feel free to join the Tile Setters Corner and look at the tips and the videos, and I hope you learned something. Like I said, I was taught by a Red Seal tile setter. I went and got my Red Seal. I know what I know, and believe me, people, you don't know what you don't know. I mean, that's a strong point there. You don't know what you don't know. You might think that you were taught right, so it's hard to get out of that rhythm where you're saying, oh, no, I know, but you don't know. You know, I went to school, I've done my studies on this, the applications here, and you know, I realized why things fail is because of the applications that people are using. They're using the wrong applications in the wrong area. I'm Joe Dazel signing out with the Tile Setter's Corner. You have yourself a good day.
It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire.